What's up, chat? Welcome back to another episode of Things I Should Have Done Years Ago. So, today, I'm heading to replace this windshield. It's not actually cracked. That's not actually the biggest deal. There's other reasons to replace a windshield, such as when you want to get all your glass tinted and you're tired of looking through all the pits, which I'm realizing you can't really see right now. So let's get out on the road and see if we can tell then. So I don't really know how well you can tell, but the windshield is very pitted. That's right. Even if it's not broken, you still may have to replace it if you care about perfect visibility. See, what usually breaks a window is a rock hitting. Ooh, hello. What usually breaks a window is a rock hitting it, but actually in this case, a billion tiny pebbles over the last 4 years of road trips have actually pitted this thing. So if you look through, I don't know if you can really tell, kind of there. Just a lot of pits. Some of it is bugs, some of it's dirt, but actually a lot of that is just pits in the glass from little pebbles, things, debris hitting it over time. It's been about 50,000 miles on this windshield. Wait, 60,000, somewhere in that range. So that's a side point though. The actual impetus of this video and the reason I'm getting the glass replaced finally is tint. I want tinted windows. It's about damn time. A lot of this, by the way, stems from my drive to get things done before Miatas of the Gap. You see, I realized I'm about to road trip this car 20 hours to Tail of the Dragon in the heat of the summer. Driving through the Midwest in summer is not fun regardless, but it's gonna be so hot. Any tint will help with heat. So I say any tint helps, but actually there's a variety of different tints that would do a variety of different improvements and things. We'll get to more of that when we get at the tint shop itself, because I'm excited to show you guys. I'm excited to show you the man cave. It's kind of a cheesy, but cool name, cool name. That's a good feeling right there. But first things first, now that I've gotten here, when I get my windshield replaced, unfortunately, there goes the dash cam setup, but that's okay. I think I have an idea for a different dash cam, so we'll maybe play around with that for a little bit here, but this stuff's got to come off, and it's not always reusable, so unfortunately, if you have a dash cam and you're getting your windshield replaced, you may have to look into new adhesive, which is really not the end of the world, or, I mean, if you want, it's a good excuse to replace your dash cam in its entirety. All right. Goodbye, fishbowl. Let's get this thing sorted. But here, now maybe you can see more of the pits in the glass. I mean, look, you can tell some of that is bugs, but like so many microscopic pits in the glass. It's genuinely terrible. I think I'll have to get a new GoPro mount. Yeah, just some things happen. Maybe a new toll pass sticker, which is fine. I can request a new one of those, but those are all things to consider when you're replacing your glass. They usually ask you in that case, but I'm excited. This was replaced 4 years ago, about 50,000 miles ago, just under 4 years ago, when I was doing my first huge East Coast road trip. Well, not really coast, but East road trip. They never really fully got it nice. Like, look, this rubber thing doesn't really go correctly. Like, the guy that did it was kind of sketchy, honestly. And yeah, it just wasn't perfect. It was never perfect. But hey, it was new glass when I needed it, because it was actually cracked. But now, just getting the pits replaced, or fixed, I guess, by getting new glass and new tint, and dude, this thing's gonna look so good. I mean, seeing Cameron's car the other day, previous video recently, yeah, seeing that thing with tint looks really nice. So now I'm picking up my other car, which was just tinted, looks really good. I wish it was this car. This thing Hell yeah, brother. All right, so I'm at the man cave with Mike.
How's it going? Man Cave Mike.
Man Cave Mike.
Yep.
That's actually what I have you saved in my phone.
All right.
That works.
Nice.
Yeah, car enthusiast. Got a billion cars. I mean,
You know, I started out as huge car enthusiast, and then I've switched to I love Teslas. I own 4 myself. I got a Cybertruck, first Cybertruck in Denver that wasn't purchased out of state like Kyle did.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 Model Ys, a new Model Y, and then an old Model S that's just, wicked. I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, yeah, you guys did my Tesla, and now I've got my Miata in here, which is going to be sweet because I'm about to take that on a huge road trip across the country in the summer, which is going to be rough.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Yeah. So basics of tint, though. I mean, I had a lot of people who were like, "Oh, what tint are you getting?" And I tell them, and they don't even know what the percentage means.
Well, first of all, we use XPEL.
Yep.
And mainly for the heat rejection.
Yeah.
So the heat rejection is just unreal. So we have a little bulb in here that simulates the heat. So feel the heat here. This is no window tint. That's hot. All right. You're gonna feel that heat on your stomach with a black shirt. Now you can feel the Prime XR. That's probably our best selling tint.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome film. And then this, the XR Plus, this is like you want to be cool in 120 degree weather.
There, yeah.
That's it. We have a clear film that goes on your windshield, so it'll stop 98% of the heat with that one.
Jeez.
This one's 95.
Okay.
So it's pretty incredible. So yeah, this is where it's at. Lifetime warranty against bubbling, turning purple. Just super clear. You can see out at night very easily. So, and we have every shade you could possibly want to go, anywhere from limo all the way up to clear.
So yeah, when people think of really dark, what is that as like
5%'s black. That's limo.
Right.
I would say most people's dark is 15%. It's dark enough to just see the outline of someone's head.
Yep.
20, a little bit lighter. You can still have a little bit of privacy. 30 is the legal limit in Colorado. It's technically 27, but 30 with the window will be about perfect.
Yep.
You'll still see in a little bit, but it's definitely not as dark.
Yeah.
But you can definitely see out a lot better than limo.
Right. Yeah. So I did 30s on the side and back of the Miata. I feel like that was fine. And
when you're filming out of it, things like that, you got to see out.
Yeah. And I've got the top down so much anyways.
Yeah.
It's just like, for those times when I want the top up because it's so freaking hot outside.
Absolutely.
And then I did 70 on the front. I mean, what's common for front windshields?
So I like 55 and 70.
Yeah.
So 55 if you want a little bit of privacy. Some people go even darker, 45, 35, but 70 is probably what most people do when they're a little bit worried about visibility.
Got it.
You really can't tell it's on there.
Yeah.
And it keeps your dash from fading and cracking.
Yep.
And it's also endorsed by the American Skin Cancer Foundation.
Wow. Okay. So a lot of reasons to do it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. My car's going to look good with it. So it's functional and looks cool.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of a win-win.
Yep.
And I've seen some cars with, weird colored tint on the front. I mean, what is that exactly?
The colored films are not going to have the heat rejection, likely to bubble. They're probably, Chinese film. They do look pretty good, but yeah, especially like that mirror stuff, it's you're going to get pulled over pretty quick with that stuff.
Yeah. Nice. Well, sweet. We'll go check on the car and see how it's going.
All right.
All right, out in the shop, they've been working on it for a little bit here. Actually, you can see the tape. I got the windshield replaced just next door, which is awesome. Super convenient.
It's really nice. It's bright auto glass. They'll put in the glass, but they'll bring it over to us first so we can tint it outside the car.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier, and then put it in. And obviously, you can't wash it for a couple days.
Yep.
But then, did the sides here. Sides look fantastic. You saw him putting the torch on it.
Yeah, what does that do?
That makes it so that it heats it up so that it's not going to come off when you roll your windows down. Now, sure, we're going to tell you don't roll the windows down for a couple days. if you do it accidentally, it's going to probably be all right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was going to ask what the procedures are, care techniques and all that stuff.
You know, they always say that you're not supposed to use ammonia on it, but unless you're cleaning the glass like every day, this stuff will never turn purple.
Yeah.
So realistically, you can wash it however you want, but they, you know, the experts say you're not supposed to use ammonia. I've never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, don't roll it down for a couple days and you're fine. Be careful on your seatbelt. You don't want to take your seatbelt and fling and hit the a chip in the tint. But other than that, I mean, you know, the windshield looks great. It's gonna give you a ton of heat rejection there.
Yeah.
The sides are dark enough to where I don't feel like they're gonna see you real well.
Yeah.
But that also might be in here. We got tons of light in here.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet shop. I mean, I love the mural. Sweet cars over there, of course. Big truck.
Yeah.
That's never a dull moment with what you guys are working on.
Well, we've been around for 15 years.
Okay.
I love it. It's a labor of love, but just grew it slowly, and there's things I always want to do. I need to put some new floors in and a new garage door, but this place is home.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thanks for having me out and showing this off. And if you guys are in Denver, I mean, it's hard to beat this spot.
Hey, man, we've got 800 5-star reviews, and we were the first shop to do ceramic coatings.
Yep.
Maybe that's what's next on here. Do a little dent repair.
Say, what's my strategy for that?
Yeah, we got to do a dent repair.
Day
wet
one.
Sand it, a little bit of touch up, and then we can buff the whole car and make this thing look dripping wet.
Sweet. Sounds like I'll be back.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Good to see you. Okay, well, I've driven all but 5 minutes away, and I can already tell you, holy crap, this tint is very effective. I have like no external vibe of how hot it is, and it's 90 degrees outside, 90, and it's totally fine. So, very glad I got this. Very glad I'm gonna have this for my road trip out to Miatas at the Gap, and honestly, all my driving all summer, because I hate the heat. I left Texas for good reason. I don't understand how Jackson and Ahmad, my other YouTuber Miata friends, I don't understand how y'all do Texas. Awesome, power to you. It ain't for me. Also, the windshield is completely clear. No more rock chips everywhere from 4 hours of driving. So the windshield, by the way, was $300, 290, I guess. Not bad. It was like 170 last time I did it, but that was, again, kind of a sketchy, I don't know. This install feels and looks a little bit better, if you ask me. And the tint, I don't know exactly. I did get a deal with Man Cave, so I don't know the exact one, but I've also heard a huge slew of quotes from various shops. So you're just gonna have to probably check around. I always encourage looking for a good deal, but also getting good products and quality, and that's probably worth it to me. I mean, especially if you're having this for a long time. But it's nice and dark in here. I mean, the camera's not really doing it justice, but like I can see the screen better. CarPlay shows up better. It's all fantastic. Behold, the fully tinted car. You can now see what is 30% rear and sides, and then 70% front. Once again, the percentage is the percentage of light entering through the capacity. So when you think of limo tint being 2%, 5%, that's 2 or 5% of light being able to penetrate it. So the lesser the percentage, the more dark, which is kind of backwards from the way a lot of people have learned or thought originally to think about it, but this is how it looks. And love having the new windshield. Super clear now, no more rock pits. It is a little dirty, but that was also nice to have them tint it before the windshield was installed, so it's like really, really properly tinted fully. And the sides and back look great. Now, there are a little bit of what you kind of consider moisture spots. That actually all goes away within a couple days, so that should not retain itself. And I can tell you, after driving this today to brunch, it's so nice being out in the heat of the summer having some tint. And it's really interesting seeing these cars side by side. So they're both identically tinted. The front windshields are 70 on both, And it's funny how having a white interior on the Tesla with white seats makes the tint feel less dramatic. Having a black interior in the Miata, it does feel and appear darker from the outside. See, that's pretty much how it looks versus that. Same exact tint, but having black seats versus white seats, big difference. So I'm pretty thrilled. I think this will be super great for having it tinted through the summer, but also just for the foreseeable future. I always run hot anyways, so like even in the winter, I'm gonna enjoy the tint. We get really bright sun here in Colorado, even through the winter. Very bright sun, and with snow, I mean, sun beaming down from above, but also reflecting off the snow below. It'll just be nice. So maybe my transition nerdy glasses will be less aggressively transitioning with this tint. So tint for both brightness, but also just reflecting some of that heat, being the ceramic that it is. I'm pretty thrilled, pretty excited, pretty stoked. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see, like I said, some of you guys out at Meows at the Gap. It should be a long road trip. But I'm gonna try to make it happen. So should be nicer though. Quality of life improved. Tint happened finally. This is the first car I've ever tinted, by the way. So who knew? Thanks for watching. See you next time.